Hi there, welcome to Elevate Beauty Company. My name is Summer and today we are testing out two different foundation brushes to see which one performs the best. We are going to be testing out the Morphe M439 foundation brush and put it against the flat Kabuki Sigma brush, which is the F80. Now, before I go in with foundation, I always prep my skin. I have my morning skincare routine done. If you guys want to hear more information about what I use before I put my foundation on, just drop a comment. If enough people want to see it, I will do a video for you guys. The other thing that I always do is use a primer. So this is the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer Primer by Senegence. I always put that on after my skincare. I let it set down for about 5 minutes and then I can go in with my foundation. Now the foundation I'm using today is the Make Sense foundation in Fawn. The reason why I love this is because it's buildable coverage, it is anti-aging, so it's good for your skin, and it's non-comedogenic, which means it won't clog your pores. So that is what I'm using today. So let's talk about these brushes. So let's compare the shape of these brushes. They're a bit different, but they are both used for foundation. The one right here is the Sigma. You can see that that is a much flatter shape than the Morphe. Morphe is much more rounded. The other thing that's different is that the Sigma is less dense. So it is still a pretty dense Kabuki stippling brush, but this one over here is for sure a lot more dense. There's a lot more bristles packed in. These are both synthetic hair brushes. That is what I prefer to use with the foundation products and the makeup products that I use because I'm using cream cosmetics. Synthetic will not absorb your cream cosmetics. It'll make your products last longer. The Morphe has a bit of a fatter handle. It's short and fat, which sometimes will give you better control over your brush. And then the Sigma one is a little bit more skinny and long. So we are gonna put these head to head. I've got some really great blemishes happening, so you're gonna get to see the coverage power and how these really pack in the product. I'm gonna be using a stippling motion, so instead of swirling that around or brushing up and down and in different directions, I'm going to be pressing that product into my skin. What that does is gives you more product per square inch. So if you think about painting and things like that, if you're using a brush that is packed a little bit finer, let me see, so this is a blush brush, but you can see that those bristles just push right down. They're not sturdy, they're not gonna stay up. This is gonna be less dense than these foundation brushes that stand up against pressure. And that's what you want. You don't want your brush to lay down, you want your brush to stand up and keep the product right here at the top of the brush. So let's get going. I've got my foundation right here. We're gonna start with the Sigma. I'm gonna use the Sigma over here on my right side. What I'm doing to apply my foundation to my brush is I'm using a non-porous surface. You can use a metal palette from Amazon. These are non-porous paper palettes. I don't have a link for these, but I'm sure you could search them on Amazon. But I kind of press the product into my brush so that I'm getting even application on here and I'm not getting just like one blob of makeup on my face. It's going to be evenly spread out. So what I'm gonna do is start in one area and I'm gonna press that product into my lower jawline. Get nice and close for you guys. I'd say that this is doing a pretty fantastic job of covering and evening out my skin tone. It's really, really soft. And I like the coverage. You can see it's more of like an airbrush. You're not seeing any strokes or anything like that. And I don't know, I feel like it's doing pretty good. So I'm gonna keep going and finish off this side of my face. So really quick, I had a blemish right here, a little red guy, and it covered really, really nicely. It didn't take a lot of effort. I didn't have to do any color correction. So I do like how it evens out any blemishes and really covers them easily. I've got a couple more up here, so let's see how it does. One thing I do like is the sharp edge on this because I've already done my brows and I can really get close to that edge without messing up what I've already done on my brows. So I do like that this has a sharp edge. And look, that covered those up really nicely. And there's not a ton of texture. It doesn't leave texture on your skin. I do like that too. I don't feel like it sucks up the foundation. It's not getting super deep into the bristles, which would be a waste of product, obviously, and make it more difficult to clean. We are going to go in with the Sigma. So again, just to remind you, I did like the sharpness of the edge of the bristles. We'll see how this one does. This one, it covered really, really well. So I think the density of the bristles works just fine. This one's a little bit more dense, a little more rounded. So we're gonna see how it performs. This guy will be the true test right here. I think it does. I mean, you can see those are pretty even as far as coverage goes. So I think that as far as coverage, you can't go wrong with either of these. The Sigma is going to be a higher price point than the Morphe, and the Sigma is also going to be a little bit higher quality as far as longevity and how long it's going to last you. All right, ready? Here we go. The true test. Look at that. It's like completely gone. That's crazy. And then I've got some redness underneath my nose too that we're gonna cover up. That does pretty darn good. Now, the rounded edge, does it make it more difficult to get a precise kind of edge on where you're applying? However, normally I would do my brows after foundation anyways. I just wanted to make a point that if for some reason you like to do your whole face, which is totally fine, and then put your foundation on, you may prefer the Sigma because of that really strong edge. Now, you'll notice that I did skip my under eyes because I have two other brushes that I prefer to use. This is the Morphe Y11, and this is the Real Techniques contour brush. So similar shape. I'm actually going to do these in my next video and do under eye concealer and put these head to head. So if you want to check that out, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notifications for the next video when I try these two out. Overall, I think that they are super comparable. The deciding factors for you may be that if you want a smaller price point, the Morphe is going to be a better option. If you want more of precise coverage and application, then you might like the Sigma better, but I don't think that you can go wrong with either of these. I like them both. They are both going to be in my squad. And the thing that I like about having multiple foundation brushes is that you don't have to wash your brushes as often. So I'll kind of usually switch between these two, but overall, I think you can't go wrong. So I'll link these for you guys if you want to grab them. If you have another foundation brush that you want me to test out, please leave it in the comments. I am always looking for new brushes. I'm kind of a brush hoarder. I don't like to wash them, so instead I'll just buy more brushes. So if you have one that you love, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to test it out for you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon.